Welcome to Yummie's Country Cooking. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today I'm going to make for you cornbread stuffing, the country style way. I'm not going to use any meat. I'm not using oysters or sausage or anything. I'm just doing cornbread stuffing. So I'm going to let you see what I'm going to use first. I baked some cornbread, and basically this is just Jiffy mixed cornbread. I have my green onions, I have my celery stalks, my onions, my bell pepper. We're going to use chicken broth, poultry season, a little celery salt, some garlic powder, and you know my salt-free seasoning. And I'm going to use a little minced onions, some salt-free garlic herb. I may use a little salt, not for sure yet. We'll see how it goes. And I'm going to use some milk and some sage and eggs. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up my onions. And I'm going to, after I chop them up, we're going to mix it all together. Put them in big hunks. It doesn't make any difference what size they are, because by the time I finish, they're going to be really, really crunched up. So I'm just going to take a little bit of onions. I'm going to chop up some celery stalks, big hunks, because we're going to put it all in the blender, and it's going to be, oops, I look fine anyway. I'm going to do my peppers. Just put them in big sizes, doesn't make a difference. And then my onions, my green onions or spring onions, whatever you want, or scallions. Get some of them. Okay? And then we're just going to take it, and I'm going to put it in this little processor here. Little chopper. Okay? Hope you guys can see me. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to take some chicken broth. I need my large one, but I didn't take it out today. And then we just put it in here and tight. And then we're just going to get it going. I think we're going to get it going. Let's see. Let's try it again. I think it'll work. Okay. I've got everything chopped up. I've got my celery stalks, my onions, my bell pepper, and my spring onions. And when I chopped it up, I used chicken broth in the chopper. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, by the way, and I did to tell you, I am using cornbread stuffing. Okay, now we're going to take my Jiffy cornbread, which I baked, and I'm just going to crumb it up in here. Crumb it up in the bowl. And I'm making quite a bit of stuffing. You don't have to make, this is 2 boxes of Jiffy corn mix, and I just use the directions on the box, 1 egg and milk. And I have 2 boxes, because I'm going to make 2 pans. Okay, we can crumb all that up. See how we got that? It's coming fine. Cornbread looks good. Okay. All right. All that in there. Okay, we got that. Now we can just crumb it up a little bit more. I'm using my hands because I have on gloves. Okay, that's all good now. Now I'm going to use my stuffing mix. half in here right now. Okay, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Just gonna toss it around a little bit. And after I do that, I'm going to start putting half of my peppers and my onions and my celery. And I'll just use my right hand in doing this, and everything else I use my left hand. Okay, there we go. Put some more in there. Mix it around. Look at that. See how that looks? Alright. Let's get it all the way down to the bottom. Now we're just going to pour it all in there. And I used 1 bell pepper, 1 large onion. I had 3 celery stalks. And I had 4 spring onions. Okay, see, I'm just tossing around just like I would kneeling with some biscuits. Okay, we got that made. Now, the next thing is we're going to do poultry season. And you can put as much poultry season as you like. I'm going to put in right now quite a bit. I use probably, I would say 4. I use 4 tablespoons right then. Okay, some celery salt. I'm just going to use about 1 teaspoon. Some garlic powder. 1 tablespoon. Now I'm going to use my salt-free seasoning. My salt-free seasoning, you guys, you know, I love this because you don't have to worry about a lot of salt, a lot of sodium. So I'm just going to kind of use probably about, look at that, see, quite a bit in there. Man, that was quite a bit. Okay, now just going to stir it around a little bit more. Gosh, you can smell that seasoning. Oh, it smells so good. Look at that. Okay, now I'm going to use just some mint onions. Even though I used a whole onion, I'm still going to use some mint onions. And I'm using, I would say about 3 tablespoons, okay? All right, now we're going to go to the sage. We'll use a little sage here. I'm going to put in about 1.5 tablespoons of sage. Okay, now my salt-free again, guys, salt-free. I'm using my garlic herb. I know I put some garlic in it, but this is garlic herb, so this has quite a bit of the seasoning in it. I use about 1 tablespoon. Okay, now we're going to my right hand and rub this around real good. Oh my goodness. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I think I've got that rubbed in there enough. And I told you I had some salt, so I'm going to use a little bit of salt here. I'm going to use, because I like it, I'm going to use at least I used about 2 teaspoons of salt. Roll around a little bit more. Okay, all right, now. That's all I'm going to do with that for a minute. Put gloves off. Okay, now, you know how I do my eggs, guys. Check them before I put them in the bowl. You never know when you're going to get a bad egg. Okay, got 2, 3 eggs. Okay. All right, we have that down. Now I'm going to use some chicken broth. Get my spoon and stir it around a little bit. Wow, looks good. I know what I forgot. I always use a little dab of sugar, so I'm gonna have to get me some sugar, guys, and put in my sugar. Don't that look good? Now, we're going to use some chicken broth to loosen it up. I just used about 1 cup of chicken broth in there. Okay. Gotta go get my sugar. Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. Just check that out. Okay, just gonna put a little sugar in it. All right. Take it down a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna go back to my chicken broth. Loosen it up. I want to loosen it up. And by the way, I have my oven. My oven is on 350. And I'm going to use my baking dish. And I have some butter already melted. I'm going to put that in here too. See, it's still kind of thick. I want to loosen it up so that you can use as much chicken broth as you like. And just stir this stuff around a little bit. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. Yeah, look at that. See, it's loose. I wanted it to be very loose. Okay? I'm going to take my butter. And I'm just going to put my butter in the pan here. All right. Looks good already. I'm just going to kind of stir it around a little bit. Then I'm going to put a little dab. Get a little bit looser, but this time I'm going to add some milk. Okay? And it depends on how much you're making, on how much liquid you add. So don't go by my recipe on what I use because it depends on how much stuffing you're making. I like my stuffings where I can cut it, and I don't want to dip my stuffing in with my turkey. I want my stuffing where I can just slice it like I'm slicing cornbread. Okay, this is good. This is ready. So now we're just gonna take it and I'm gonna pour it in my pan. And as I told you guys, I'm making quite a bit. All right, there we go. Look at that. It's all ready. I'm going to put it in the oven now on 350. And really, I'm going to let this cook for about 30, well, let's say I'm going to let it cook about 45 minutes. I really am. I'm going to add a little bit more because I like my stuffing a little bit thicker, okay? And I promise you guys, if you try this recipe, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, the stuffing is ready. I'm going to let you look at it. What do you think? Absolutely beautiful. All we waiting on now is just the turkey and the dressing. But right now, I am going to taste this stuffing to see what it tastes like. So here we go. And it's still hot. I just took it out the oven. Oh, I hope we don't break it. There we go. Very good. I thought I was going to break it. It's going to fall apart. Okay. All right, guys, let's see. Okay, it's hot, very hot. So I'm gonna try not to burn myself. Oh my goodness. I don't even need any turkey. I don't even need any chicken. This is absolutely wonderful. I don't even need any gravy. Oh, it's good. Look at that. I can make a meal out of this stuffing just by itself. Please try my recipe. I do hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, giving me thumbs up, giving me a like. I truly do appreciate it. And as you know, I always like to leave you with something. And today, what I would like to say is educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Think about it. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. So guys, thank you for tuning in, and thank you again for subscribing. Have a great day. Thank you for subscribing to Yummie's Country Cooking. Bye bye.